it now? All right. Hi, Coach Banghart. If you could start with a few thoughts on the game, that would be great. And then we'll take questions.
Yeah, I mean, first off, I'd be remiss not to show a sense of gratitude to the growth of our program to have that many fans in the gym on a Sunday evening. You know, it was a great environment for college basketball. It was a great display of two really good teams. And, you know, they're separated by a half hour. I mean, how awesome. So that was I told our guys, you earn that in June, you earn that in February, you earn that in October, just with how hard you train. So I'm glad that they got to enjoy in that. And, you know, we didn't shoot the ball very well, obviously. I think obviously with Carlie and Deja at 1 for 23, to think you can have a chance to win it shows a lot of growth for our group, that we're playing with better poise and purpose on the offensive end, and defensively we've been solid all year. And it was good to see that continue. So we knew that the version of us that we showed at their place wasn't a version that we wanted to be something that people remembered. And so we thought we took care of that. But you can't shoot so poorly for stretches of the game and expect to beat a really good team.
RL, why don't you start us off?
Yeah, obviously your team showed a lot more fight than in the first game, and then all different. The difference also was their big punch wasn't a KO, and you guys fought back. Can you talk about the resiliency that you showed in this game that you couldn't come up with in the first game?
Yeah, we just sunk our teeth into the game better from the very start, right? I mean, I think it's, you know, I want to make sure that this team is known for more than resiliency, because I also think it's just a really good basketball team. But yeah, they were much more, they sunk their teeth into the game much better than they did the last time. But we're also a month better. I mean, that was a month ago, and we've shifted our offense a little bit. We've been able to grow together more. We're playing with better purpose on the offensive end with more clarity. So, you know, resiliency is a part of what this group is. It's what I recruit. You know, you can't just be happy and try hard when things are going well, right? A sign of a really good team and honestly really good competitors are how does it go when it's not going well, or how does it go when fans aren't in the stands? And I just love that. I love this group in all of those moments.
And obviously a lot of players go through shooting slumps, and Deja's going through one now, and you played her season low minutes. What are the challenges that has created for you in the last 2 or 3 games?
Well, it was, you know, it didn't bother us much against Duke, you know. And so, you know, it's a kid that is in the gym a lot and is not something where it's just, we'll see how I play today. You know, it's kind of the ebb and flow of a season. And that's why they call it a team. And so for her to not be able to get on the scoreboard, and she's our leading scorer, and for our guys to fight like that, it shows that we're just not about one guy. You know, we need Deja to play well. And we want her to play well, just like we need everybody else to play well. So, you know, I've been doing this too long to worry about shooting slumps. You know, these guys are, like I said, we go through more nets in this place than is imaginable. And so she'll be rearing to go for sure on Thursday, and we look forward to getting her better this week in the gym.
Aaron, go ahead.
Hey, Courtney, I hope you can hear me okay.
I
wanted to ask you about Kennedy's performance. I mean, there were times where she was beating everybody to the ball from across the court, maybe even at times playing like a little bit of a different speed from everybody else. Kind of, what did you think of the energy that she gave you guys in particular, and kind of doing so many things?
Yeah, I mean, there's not a bigger Kennedy Todd-Williams fan than me. You know, everyone has kind of a type of player. I just think she's a guy that can do literally all different things on the floor. And if you need her to be a finisher, if you need her to be a setter upper, if you need an offensive rebound, if you need her to guard the best player, I mean, she can do so many things in this game. And she's better than she was a month ago. That's also, as a coach, it's so rewarding to coach a kid that she just gets better and better. And it's not like she saves her improvement for the offseason. And so in the last 5 games, we've talked about her being aggressive. We showed her a lot of film on that off the dribble. And she's proving that. And she's more shot ready on the perimeter, which is obviously leading to more rhythm shooting. So she's better. She's a total student of the game. And I think she's one of the premier players in our league that just, you know, as she keeps getting better, people will find that out more and more.
Thank you much.
Brett, go ahead. All right, Ashibo, go ahead.
All right, Coach, I just want to further comment on Williams' performance. So she's also played well in big games this year, especially against Duke in your last game. So how was this recent stretch of play? How important is it to have her play this way, especially when other players are struggling?
critical. I mean, her playing better, again, it was a pretty intentional about a month ago, just talking about her aggressiveness, and making sure that she was getting the shots that yield to production for her, and finding holes in the offense that are geared towards her. And she's on her journey, and her playing well makes us better 100%. And her growth is partly why we're where we're at right now as a program. So like I said, we could talk for hours about Kennedy Todd-Williams, and I'm happy to do it. I think she's someone who, people should get in the gym and watch play live, because there's not a lot of players like her.
Rob, go ahead.
Yes, ma'am. You mentioned being a month better than the trip in Raleigh. If NC State, obviously they're projected top 4, top 5. Where do you think Carolina is in that mix? Do you think you guys are on the cusp of maybe breaking through? And do you like where your program's at right now?
Yeah, I think we're about 15, top 15 in the country, top 15, 20 in the country. I think if you're looking at the turn of the body of work, which is what you're supposed to do, and you're getting your eyes on this team, I think that speaks for itself. But we just are going to worry about the games that are on our schedule, and we're going to play them, and then we're going to get ready for the next game. And so, with the outlier being NC State, I thought we also were. Remember, at Notre Dame, we didn't have Eva, we didn't have our second leading scorer, and then of course at Georgia Tech, we really didn't play well. So there's 2 games we really didn't play well, but they've all been ranked teams on the road, had some good wins, obviously at Virginia Tech and Duke. So I think we're a really good basketball team, and the story of us being young is well told, and it's a fact, but that doesn't factor into the rankings, right? What factors into the ranking is the body of work, and I like where we are.
RL, do you have a last question? And then we'll get to the players.
Yeah, in the first half, when things were going so well, it seemed like the defense and rebounding really ignited your transition game, and that's something that you couldn't do in the first game. Why were you able to do that more easily in this game than in the first game?
Much more active, better on ball, which allowed for turnovers off the ball. Much more active and playing with much more confidence on both sides of the ball. We're more mature than we were a month ago, but better leadership on the court. Carlie does a lot for us, as you know, and her leadership on the court, she's growing in that category. So I felt like, even though she didn't shoot it well tonight, it was, she really controlled what we were doing, really on both ends of the floor. And as she goes in that way, we're better. So she played better with much more presence, as she has been since that game. That was a big turning point for her. I think she felt awful about how our team played and her role in it. And we've been better since she's made a switch there as well.
Great.
And
Thanks.
on that note, I'll send Carlie up here. Okay, guys?
Thank you.
Yep. All you, Car.
Okay. Hi, Carlie. Thank you. You give a few quick thoughts on the game, and then we'll take a few questions for you, please.
Yeah, I think Coach touched on it a little bit, but that was just an awesome environment. Our fans really showed out. It was really loud. And we kind of talked about in the locker room, we just showed a lot of fight and we stuck together. They hit some big shots, but we kept at it. We kept fighting and we stayed together. And so that was just a really fun game. Obviously, I wish it was a different result, but really proud of everybody tonight.
RL, go ahead.
Hey, Carlie, can you talk about the contrast from the first game? Obviously, your defense and rebounding really ignited the transition game. And then also the difference is they kind of had a TKO early in the game in Raleigh, and their big run in the second half wasn't a knockout punch, and you guys showed a lot of fight, just a lot of positive contrast from the first game.
Yeah, it definitely was a completely different game. I think the first game we were kind of trying to feel them out a little bit too much in the beginning. And so we kind of let them punch us, and we kind of took a while to figure out how to punch back. And so today was a totally different story. We kind of tried to throw the first punch, and then even when they punched back, we stayed at it, we fought back. Yeah, I think it's also a testament to the scout and the coaches getting us ready, and we kind of locked into that. So
Can you talk about how much Kennedy's offense has meant the last couple of games for your team?
It's made all the difference for sure. When you have somebody who can get to the rim, slice the floor, get other people's shots, beat everybody in transition, it totally changes the game, opens everybody else up. And so she's just so fun to play with, not to mention her defense. I mean, her defense has been incredible all year. So there's just combining that with now what she's giving us on the offensive end. I can't say enough good things. That's my twin.
Thanks.
Ashibo, go ahead.
Just a little bit more about Kenny. So from a player's perspective, sharing the court with her, how do you feed off her defensive energy, especially, after the potential steal in the late fourth quarter, that was later called a foul? Like, how do you feed off of that energy?
I've always kind of been a defensive minded player. And so playing alongside her on defense, I definitely get excited about defense. And so having somebody else in the front court who really gets excited about defending, it makes it so much easier to get up in those passing lanes and go for steals because she has your back. She's really everywhere, flying around. So it just gives everybody a lot of confidence on the defensive end that even if we go for a gamble, go for a ball, she's going to be there to have our back.
All right. Any other questions for Carlie? Okay, we'll get Kennedy in. Thank you, Carlie.
Thank you. Go get him, Tiger. I don't think they caught that.
Thanks, Kennedy. How about just a few quick thoughts on the game, and then we'll take questions.
I thought we took the first punch or threw the first punch in the beginning of the game. And throughout the game, I think we just played really hard. They're a top 5 team in the nation. And I think it just goes to show you how much we can compete with, other teams like that. And, we can be up there just like them. So I thought we played connected. I thought we stayed connected throughout the whole game, and I'm very proud of us.
How were you all able to force so many turnovers and get out in transition in the first half where that really wasn't an element in Raleigh?
Yeah, I think it was just a different mindset coming into this game. Obviously, coach has been getting on us by telling us to be more aggressive so we can get in passing lanes, get them, off their heels and stuff. So I think we did a really good job at being more aggressive on the defensive end, so we can, convert on the offensive end.
What was the mood on the team after they made that big run? I mean, a lot of teams would have wilted there, but you guys really showed some fight. What were the conversations in the huddles and on the court?
Just staying composed. I think so obviously sometimes whenever other teams get on a big run, we can start to get a little shaky, but I think our composure was really good throughout the whole game, because, other teams are going to make their run. So are we. It's a battle back and forth. But just taking our time and just relaxing, I think Eva was telling us to, take a deep breath and just relax and, get back into our state, of mind, just go out there and just play and have fun. So yeah.
Thanks.
Ashibo?
Hey, Kennedy. So today you had yourself a game and you matched your career scoring high for the second game in a row. So what about big games like this, especially like the Duke game in your last game? What about games like this prompt you to step up and play your best?
Obviously, obviously these are big games, and just being aggressive and just having fun. I mean, I think playing with these girls, I'm just having fun, and obviously I know I need to step up in my role, and everybody will do the same. So when everybody brings their piece, we can all connect together, and it showed tonight that we're all connected, and when we bring our piece, we're something special. So yeah.
Anything else for Kennedy? All right. Thank you, Kennedy. Thanks.
Thank you.
You need the record.